What's up, BookTube? Sandy back here with a November 2021 reading TBR list here. And as you know, I tend to really deviate from my reading TBR, and I'm sure November 2021 will be no different. But at the same time, might as well give myself a starting point somewhere. So I'll dive into what's coming up in the month of November, I hope, next. I'm going to start with the video I'm currently reading as of filming this particular video, and that is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I'm about 100 pages into this, and I am really digging this book. And you know that some of you may know that there was a little controversy because Riley Sager's Final Girls, which is kind of over my shoulder up here on that stack. And but you know what? These books are different, but the same in a lot of ways in terms of the concept. But this is very interesting. It really did a great job of hooking me right off the bat, which I really like in a book. So looking forward to finishing The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Next up, I'm going to talk about 3 YA books that I've talked about before. And so you can go and refer to earlier videos to see a little bit more in depth of what I really thought about these books going in. One is They'll Never Catch Us by Jessica Goodman, and this is one I'm excited about. There's a little bit of a sports element in this too, which I kind of like in my books. These are all YA books, by the way, but I was really excited about this one. I thought it had pretty interesting, compelling, kind of bloody, if you will, cover art, which is going to be a theme in some of these other books, the next 2 books that I'm going to talk about in this trio of books. And so that being said, The Ivies is a book that I've talked about numerous times by author Alexa Dunn, who is a pretty prominent booktuber as well, so and author tuber. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. Definitely going to make this one more of a priority this month because it's definitely right down my alley. You know, which you got youth, school, YA, competitiveness, college admissions, lots of stuff going on, and just kind of a bloody type of book. So definitely my type of book. Next up is The Castle School for Girls by Alyssa Scheinmel, and I'm definitely looking forward to reading this particular book. I have read this author before, so I'm really excited about this one. This one is a little bit of a mystery, boarding school, you know, some troubled past, and a little bit of a mystery that's going on as well. And so this is definitely right up my alley. The Castle School for Troubled Girls. My last fiction book on the TBR for the month of November is an author that I basically discovered this year, and I read a couple of this author's books and really liked them. Daisy Jones and the Six, which I really liked. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is another one that I really liked. And so I'm going to come back with her newest book, which is Malibu Rising. I've had this one on my list for a while. It takes us a little bit back to the 80s, and you know, you got into the summer party and things happen, and it just gets kind of interesting. I've seen some slightly mixed reviews, but you know, I'm pretty much a fan of Taylor Jenkins Reid, and so in Taylor Jenkins Reid I trust, so I'm definitely excited about reading this one. Next up, I go nonfiction, and I hope I don't lose some of you because I'm going to go nonfiction and I'm going to go into sports. So buckle up and try to hang with me here a little bit for these next 2 that I'll go through pretty quickly. And the first one is You Are Looking Live by Rich Podolsky, and foreword by Jim Nance. And it says how the NFL today revolutionized sports broadcasting. And you know, growing up as a big NFL guy, as a kid in the 80s, I was really a big fan of this show. This is, to me, was what football was all about in terms of football on television. So lots of drama with this group that you see on the cover, and it just, I'm really excited about it. Brent Musburger, you know, is on the cover. Jimmy the Greek Snyder, Irv Cross, you know, and it's just and Phyllis George. There's a lot going on in this book, and I'm really excited. I've seen some behind the scenes stuff of some of the drama that went on and how some things ended, and it's just kind of crazy. But it's a good crazy because I'm really interested in finding out maybe some new behind the scenes stuff with this great show for football fans in the 80s. Next up is The Mozart of Basketball, The Remarkable Life and Legacy of Drazen Petrovic by Todd Speer. And Again, this is a basketball star in the 80s and I think maybe into the early 90s, and he died tragically in a car accident. There's a terrific ESPN 30 for 30 documentary, Once Brothers. It's just really one of the best 30 for 30s that ESPN has ever done. And he is a big part of this story, and his incredible rise to prominence and just how his career was really starting to take off when he passed away. And so there's a lot more going on. War, friendships made, friendships ended, lots going on right there. So I'm really excited about reading this book. It's still shrink wrapped too. I actually haven't even taken it out of the shrink wrap yet. So definitely looking forward to reading this one about the great Drazen Petrovic. So there you have it, the books I'm looking at reading in the month of November 2021. Some nonfiction books, some fiction books. Should be a lot of fun. I'm sure there'll be some things that'll pop up that I have not thought about yet. I do have the book Stay Close by Harlan Coben that I'm actually doing right now as an audio book. So that's another one that I could mention as well for the month of November 2021 that I'm looking forward to finishing. I'm hoping to have a really good reading month, and I hope you are too.